Hey, Dearica, you had a great game today. What activated your beast mode today?
I'm still a beast. Like, I was still an all-star the last 2 years, and I think we lose sight of that sometimes. I lose sight of that sometimes. Just trying to get my confidence back, get my flow offensively, and just the amount of patience and like support that this team has had towards me. It's so encouraging, and it's kind of kept me going all season.
Thank you.
Layshia, for you, coming to this matchup, you killed it, especially coming back from an illness. For you, what was your recovery like, and how are you gonna, keep your body as you go into this road trip?
My recovery's pretty good. My symptoms were mild. Still, COVID sucks, so it's a lot of fatigue. So just really trying to get your lungs back those first couple minutes anytime you're out that long. But I felt pretty good. For the most part, it's nice to get that one under your belt, and then hitting the road we're gonna go across country, so that's always a battle now. Is not chartering, flying commercially. We were flying tonight on a red eye, so that's a difficult part of not getting to sleep in a bed and just trying to feel your body the best you can. Everybody's beat up at this point.
Thank you.
David?
For Dearica, Coach was talking earlier about how important the defense was, specifically in the paint between you and Azare.
Mm-hmm.
With Azare altering shots at the rim, yourself disrupting passes and whatnot. Just what was kind of the game plan coming into this game defensively? And, what kind of defensive chemistry have you seen between yourself and Azare?
I would say, they have a very talented roster in the post, and for me, when I knew that I was getting the start, I like guarding Deladon, and she's one of the best players in the world, but she's gonna normally get her points, and you just have to make it really difficult for her. But I think limiting her and kind of nipping that in the bud really allowed us to pull this game out. But overall, just we talked about it after that New York game where we kind of emphasized being such an aggressive team and locking in on trapping and hard hedging. Defensively, this team has been really, really good.
John?
Layshia, welcome back.
Thank you.
And Dearica, for both of you, I'm wondering, did this feel like playoffs for you, being both of you veterans in this league? Or
I
did it
wouldn't say
just
it
feel
felt like
like
playoff, but it's one that we know we needed, and
Mhm.
we tricked the last one off that we wish we could get back. That would really put us in a really comfortable spot right now, but we didn't. So each game is gonna be very, very important. So we need to go on the road and pull out a couple wins.
and how can you, go on the road and protect the fact that you do control your own destiny now, being a game up on the sky, and even having a tiebreaker with the Mystics, even if it comes down to that?
Just take one moment at a time. You can't look too far ahead. So rematch up with Connecticut. I think there is a level of physicality that is allowed in the game this late in season and in the playoffs. Like if anyone's ever been in the playoffs, they know all of a sudden you look around, you're just like, oh, we're mauling each other now? Okay. So that's how we can guard the ball. So there's a level of just like everything doesn't get called. So I think we can bring that fight to the East Coast with us and just kind of attack and know that this late in the season, they're going to let you play with a little more grit and toughness. And you got to bring the fight to other people or you're going to get knocked out.
So it's going to take your game to another level, I guess.
See, I don't want any more $400 technicals, so I'll buy you one.
Thank you.
LT?
This question for both of y'all ladies. What do you feel is some of the things that you need to tighten up going into the next three games to get a little better at? Overall.
Tighten up.
Some things you need to work on.
Just giving, I would say from the point guard perspective, is giving up points off turnovers. So like offensively, when we turned the ball over, they scored really well. I know we did too, but not letting that fuel other teams. So just taking care of the ball, being poised. Even I think late in that stretch, we had a shot clock violation. Like we'd rather that with 40 seconds left than a turnover that leads to an easy basket. So not shooting ourselves in the foot with turning the ball over.
And I would say, obviously, our defense has been pretty solid, even in those losses, last couple games. But I would say offensively, as far as the post, just finishing, fatigue is kind of setting in across the league. So I feel like percentages maybe dropping slowly, but just tightening up that.
Thank you.
Rico?
Hi ladies, Rico Cabrera, East LA Sports Team. In spite of all the adversities, of course, with the player personnel, change of venue, can you kind of both of you answer how you felt coming from crypto to Galen? And did that make any appreciable difference in the way you played your games? Because certainly it looks very good when you're in the more, as they say, the confined, but the fans are almost on the court with you there. Can you address that?
I mean, I play in the Pac-12, so I'm very familiar with USC generally playing here. I feel like I play really well here at the conference. But I would say the second game has definitely been more comfortable for me than the first game. Anytime you're out of your home arena, it is just like your routine's different, you're parking in a different place, like everything about how we try and control what we can control in this league and playing at a professional level is like you want routine and you want consistency. So it's uprooting to move, but USC has been like a second home for me. My college coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, is the coach here, so there's some familiarity. They do a good job taking care of us. The fact that like our court is down, the stanchion is wrapped with the sparks, like that feels very good. It feels like there's some level of home courtness still to it.
And appreciate the fans that still came out and up in mood venues also. Not a ton, but still very supportive. I feel it.
And can you feel the fans, feeling a little closer to you, and you feel them back, and it produces, it shows in your game.
Crypto's been really good this
Yeah.
season. Like our fan base has been popping there. Our DJ's amazing. Like our home court this year has felt like really good, even better years than I've played against the Spark. So I think I personally miss Crypto. I'm always gonna choose that over any other venue. And the way our lower bowl and our what's it called? Courtside seats. Like those people feel like they're on top of us, and they're like talking, they're cheering. Like I hear KB, our president GM, like yelling on the sideline. So there's that degree to Crypto. Like it doesn't feel like the fans are very far away there to me.
Thank you.
Edwin?
My question is for Dearica. What would it mean to you at the end of this week for the team to qualify for the playoffs and you to be back in postseason play with a significant role, given everything that's happened with you this past season?
I mean, you always want to be in postseason regardless of anything, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to keep playing basketball. I mean, she probably doesn't want me to. She probably wants to go home and for me to be able to drop her off at school. But I don't take this game for granted, which is a lot of the reason why I came back this season. I knew I was gonna miss it, and yeah, of course you want to go to the playoffs.
Well, I want her to be to myself.
Yeah, I know. But hopefully we can continue to extend the season, and I can bring my experience into the playoffs.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you.